So you go to this Domino's event in 2010. You're one of 9, the only person that is seemingly like a millennial.
There's 2 bloggers there.
Yeah.
And 8 journalists. Let me correct.
Okay.
2 bloggers,
8 journalists.
Yeah.
They're all writing the same story. What story do you write?
So I write about the people I met. I met a blogger from Florida who like covers Disney stuff. And I was like, this is cool. Domino's brought us together. I was like, the tech is cool. No one's talking about the tech.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, the tech is cool here. But what happened at that moment was I realized I went through the first day. It was a 2-day trip. First day, I met everyone. And I met this chocolatier. I forget his name, but you know him. And I was just like, why are you here, bro? You're like a professional chocolate guy. Like, why are you even on this like tour?
Oh, Johnny.
Johnny. I met him on that
Great
trip.
Guy, yeah.
And I just started talking about Johnny. I was like, this is who got brought together. But I just realized the first day I was nervous and self-conscious because here are these grownups that are in journalism kind of just slighting me. And I feel like I'm doing something
like
wrong.
Nose up, right?
Nose up. I feel like I'm doing something wrong. I don't have my pen and paper out. Like I'm taking photos with my phone because I can't afford the DSLR that you have. And I just felt like I was doing something wrong. But then day 2, I think after talking to Johnny, who's just like this chocolatier, very foul-mouthed guy. And I was just like, man, maybe it's cool to be a little different. Like maybe it's cool to just be myself and like talk to the other 20-some-year-olds at home that read my blog versus like keep writing for my mom who probably doesn't give a fuck about Carl's Jr.
Well, it's interesting you say that because just using Johnny as an example, like he was kind of labeled as like not a misfit or a bad boy, but just different, especially with like something so delicate like working with chocolate. So for you to think like that after talking to him makes perfect sense. And to get that point of view from that meeting, it sounds like it kind of like jump started your mentality of like, I'm going to do me.
I think so. I didn't realize it.
So did you gain traction after that? Like, how did you keep like what after that? And it sounds like you were maybe a little bit discouraged, but also maybe a little bit energized. Like what happened like moving forward?
I think what's cool is we kept getting invited to different things because of our take on what we would write about.
Right.
We didn't take them very serious. So these 8 journalists that went, I mean, they're going on behalf of their company.
Yeah.
They're going on behalf of the LA Times and the New York Times, and they have journalistic integrity. Like they have to disclose that they were there. They disclose that they're not being paid, but their trip was paid for. And like they would hide all that and like be really cowardice about how they talked about it because, oh my God forbid someone paid for my flight to come talk about Domino's. Where on my end, I'm like sharing it with my community. Like, yo, this is sick, bro. I got flown out to go to Domino's. And that's like what like the early stage of YouTubers were doing. Because I got at this point now starting to watch YouTube. I'm like, damn, when you see your person start succeeding, it's okay to enjoy the flight over. Like I'm not writing about cancer treatments. Like this, my job is not that important. I'm gonna have fun with it. But those 8 journalists, they were saving lives with that Domino's coverage, bro.